to your workout. I'm going to do some yoga basics today, starting with a couple of sun salutations or Surya Namaskar A, and a couple of ways to do it. So what we're going to do is just come into our standing pose and take a deep breath and ground and center yourself. And then we're going to take a swan dive forward to the floor, and you're in your forward fold, and then you come up halfway. Right foot is going to step back, and then you're going to lift up, and then you're going to put your left foot back into a downward facing dog, and then roll forward into your upward facing dog and come up, pushing back. Step forward now with your right, and then your left. Come back up. Let's start the whole thing over. That was the first one. And then you switch legs. So you start with the right, and then you move into your left foot, and let's dive it forward. Lifting up, stepping back with your left foot, and then you can either put the knee to the ground or lift up. Get into your back bend position, stepping back with the right foot into downward facing dog. And come into your chaturanga, dandasana, pushing up into your upward facing dog, down into downward facing dog, stepping forward with your left and then your right. Come back up. Let's go through it again. And then forward fold, lifting up, back with the right foot, step down, lift up, hands back to the floor, down into your downward facing dog, roll forward into your plank and then chaturanga, and then upward facing dog, downward facing dog, step forward with the right, and then step forward with the left, come back up. Okay. Now let's dive forward and go back with the left foot now. Come up halfway, stepping back with the left. Whoa. Balance. Hands to the floor. Come into downward facing dog. Roll forward into your plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Pushing back into downward facing dog. Step forward, and then step forward with the other foot. Come back up. And that was good. We'll stop at 4, so we have an even number just to get warmed up. There we go. Now let's go into our tree pose. This is a balancing pose. You're just going to stand here for a couple of seconds. And then you can take your knee, stretch it out, and even pull it out to the side for a good stretch. And then set it down. And take your other foot into your tree pose. Balance. Hold for just a second. And then you can circle the foot. And the other direction, and then set it down. We're going to come down to the floor, and let's go into our mountain climbers here. So I'm angled into this mountain climber pose, and we're just going to switch it out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then put your hand to the inside. Now you're getting into this lizard pose. And you can put your arms all the way down to the floor and roll your foot out to the side. There are many ways you can stretch out here. You can also lift up and grab your foot with the opposite hand and turn and stretch your quad. Feels pretty good. hold here, and then carefully set it down and switch into your other lizard leg. So you can either push and stretch out this way, and go down onto your forearms if you want to stretch it out. And if you want to come up and get a deeper quad stretch, you can go into that quad. You're getting a deep stretch here. And just hold it like that. Carefully release. Now we're going to come into a downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up and stretch into the three-legged dog. And then bring that left leg into your pigeon. And it's okay if your hip is not, so I'll just turn to the side so you can see my hip is not going all the way to the floor. Still trying to work on my splits and flexibility. But if you're looking for a really good stretch into your psoas muscle right here, this is a good stretch. And let's just tent the fingers, and we're going to go up and down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tuck your toes back under, push your body up, stretch it out. Taking your right leg up and into your three-legged dog. And stretch, 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 and then bring that leg, also bring it forward into your pigeon. And again, I'm just sitting on my hip here. If you can try to get your leg into this 90-degree angle, if you can. Mine doesn't really do it. I have to force it, so I'm taking it with my hand, but then roll over so that you're straight along your mat, not sitting on your hip this way. So you want to be straight down your middle here. And then let's put the fingertips to the floor and do some of these push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Push up. Push your hands to the floor, untuck the back toes, and come up into your downward facing dog and walk it out. Then we're going to hop forward and come into our standing pose here, and then take one foot out wide. So now we're going to get into our warrior one. Warrior one is the foot is planted, or you're in your crescent lunge facing this way. So you're in your warrior one, and then you can open up into warrior two, come back, and just open and close. It's 3, 4, 5, and reach back into your peaceful warrior, and then stretch forward for extended side angle. Back, that's 2, and reach. 3, 4, and 5, and reach. And taking the hands to the floor and come into balancing pose here, half moon. And then take your back leg and you're going to kick it to your glute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rotate your hips around and put some pressure on that standing leg. Come up to your warrior 3, holding, and then bring the leg in. Let's do the same thing on the other leg. So now your opposite foot is forward. You're coming into this warrior one and then opening up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, And then peaceful warrior and extended for 1, 2, 3. Stretch it out. 4 and 5. And then roll your hands onto the floor into your half moon. Let's do some kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your half moon. You can put your hand on your hip. Stretching that back. I hear my back popping. Oh, that's nice. Crack, crack, crack. Then you're going to bend the front knee so you can balance into your warrior 3. Transition into this carefully. Bring the leg up. And that's going to be it for our quick little fitness. I've got to get back. I've got a call to get on, and I'm running out of time. So thank you for joining me. If you have any questions or comments, just put them in the little chat, and I will respond. Have a great day. Bye.